Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of its GSX-R O'Clock Series 2. So this week we're going to get the brakes finished. We've got the rear caliper we need to rebuild. We've got the rebuild kit for it just here. It's a genuine item from Suzuki. It's got new pistons, seals and all the bits we need. Once we've got the rear caliper done, we can start with the brake lines. We've got these lovely red braided lines from CP Racetech that Rich did for us. If you haven't seen a video of them being made, check out the video in Series 1. I found it quite fascinating seeing them being put together. Let's crack on and get the rear caliper started. Okay, so we're going to start stripping of the rear caliper. So we're going to take the caliper apart, get the old pistons and seals out, give it a clean up and then put the new kit in. So let's start taking it apart. There we go, we've got the little tiny seals that we always lose. Then we've got the old dust seals, and they're quite a big dust seal on these, but they actually pull straight off. And you can see all the corrosion we need to get rid of, so we'll do the same for this one. There we go. Now the one thing I'm going to do is drain out any old fluid that's in there so we don't make a mess while we're doing the job. So I'm going to drain the old fluid out, if there's any in there. Nothing in that side, but I think we've got a little bit in that side. Not too much at all. Now we can get on with removing the pistons. Now, you might have noticed my workstation looks a bit different. We have removed a piston. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, we didn't think that was going to come out. We've got the piston removal tool that we used when we did the front calipers, but the biggest spacer we've got doesn't fit inside the piston. Noisy boy racers. It doesn't fit inside the piston, so what I've had to do is make a shim or use some shims to get it out, and it was rather tough. You can see the rubber on the piston there, where it's sort of, been holding onto it as I twisted it out. So as a shim, I don't know if you've worked it out yet, but I've used a generic soft drink can, cherry flavour of course, cut it up with a pair of scissors, and then I've wrapped it round and round and round and round and round and round. It took a good few tries at working out how much I needed to use for a shim, and then I had to move over to the vise, clamp this in the vise and then twist really hard on the caliper. It was quite hard. So what I'm going to do is take this off, show you how the shimming works on the other half, and then I'll take you over to the vise and show you how hard I had to pull on it. So yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so as you can see, lots of shims. Can't quite remember how many I used, but what I actually did started with a big one. So I'm just going to trim the sharp edge off. There we go. So what I did to start with is wrap this all the way around. Just like that. And then try to make it as tight as possible. Now, I'm being as careful as I can because this Coke can is sharp. That's some right old sharp edges, so bear with me while I get this on. It went much easier this when I wasn't filming. So what I'm going to do is put the shims in around the edge. Try not to trap my fingers. Use the scissors. Push them down. There we go. So that one's in. Now what we'll do is we'll just put more and more and more in. There we go. Let's push that all the way down if we can. So it's much tighter now, but we still need more. So I'll start on this side. Oh. Now what I'm going to do is tighten this up as much as possible. Make it as tight as I can in there. Now we'll go over to the vise, we'll try and pull this off. Now we've got the piston out, what we need to do is remove the old oil seal, which is well stuck in there, and then we need to give it a clean with this nice little picky tool and give it a bit of a scrape, because I haven't even started on the top yet. This is just the lower bit. I don't know if you can see that, but there is so much crap in there, so I won't bore you with me doing this. It's probably going to take me 20 minutes, so I'll speed it up, put some tunes on, and let you watch me struggle away. So now it's time to rebuild the caliper. We've got our Suzuki rebuild kit. Let's have a look, see what we've got showing. So we've got lots of seals, we've got some pistons, and we've got one of them tiny little ones as well. So let's open it up. Okay, so we've got 2 oil seals, we've got 2 dust seals, 2 brand new pistons, and then one tiny little seal that goes between the 2 calipers. So let's start off with the oil seals. Now, when stuff gets to a certain age, sometimes it is worth using genuine stuff. The more I've worked on bikes over the years, for certain items, I don't think you can beat genuine. Now, generally when a bike's newer, like fork seals, you can use pattern ones, it's not an issue, but as things get older and get worn, for some reason, genuine ones seem to be better. So, there we go. New oil seals fitted. So, it's time to put the shiny new pistons in. Don't they look good? Okay, so let's try the first one, shall we? Now we need to get it in nice and level. Nice and square. Nope. Try and pop it out again. So yeah, I said it should go in nice and flat and level, and I haven't done it, so let me try and pop it out or straighten it up. Okay, take 2, got the piston out, so I'm going to try and put it in level and square this time. There we go, much better. So, just decide to do now. Let's see how we get on. Done. Nice and easy. Now, with the dust seals, I didn't put any in on the front, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to put them on the rear either. I know some people go, oh, you should have them. Yes, you should, but this bike's only really going to get used in nice sunny weathers, and it's going to get inspected very regularly, so I'm going to leave these off for now, but I'm going to keep them just in case I ever decide to put them on in the future. Right, now we've got to assemble the caliper. We've got our new little seal, which goes just there, and then we'll put the 2 bolts through, just like that. Line it up. There we go. There we go. Rear caliper has been rebuilt. Now I'm going to put this back on the bike with the pads in, and then I'll torque these bolts up once it's all bolted up, just because it's a bit easier on the bike. And now what we're going to do is the bit I've been looking forward to the most, and that's fitting the new braided lines. Now this part of the video, I wanted to show you me fitting the CP Racetech brake lines and the male-to-male fittings that these GSX-Rs have as standard, and also showing you the back bleeding technique I use when doing brand new brake lines. Unfortunately, I think the master cylinder's knackered. It's barely pushing any fluid and we can't seem to get a brake lever. We've done the rear. I took a few shots of the rear to show you the bubbles coming through where we push the fluid from the bleed nipple back up through the master cylinder. The back brake works just fine, but the sewing up with this front brake master cylinder. And I was hoping to be able to show you all the brakes working and we're ready to move on to the next part, but that just hasn't happened, unfortunately. I have put a rebuild kit in the master cylinder, so I'm not sure if it's something I've done wrong. It all seemed to go together okay, so I'm just not sure. I do have a spare master cylinder that I'm going to try in the next video, see if that helps. But yeah, bit of a bummer really, bit gutted to end on a bad note, but that is it. So thanks again for watching, guys. Sorry it didn't go to plan or end how it should have done, but it is one of those things that is working on your motorbikes. It does happen. So we appreciate you watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers, we really do appreciate it. If you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get a notification when all our videos get posted live, which is normally 9 PM on a Sunday evening. And thank you for all the comments and well wishes we got in last week's video. I do appreciate it, and I am getting better. So yeah, on to the next one, and until next time, I'll see you later.